It's Nolan. Hey, we ain't got a lot of time left. If the rap game fall, bet I did this shit to death. No motivation to stretch it. Focused on ethics, try to survive in my section. Shit is depressing. Used to care about niggas. Now I give a fuck about your whereabouts. Publishing, I'm clearing house, nigga. Music on shows, I'm on Paramount, nigga. Killing a rapper, breathing, and I'm bailing out quicker, single handed. Never panic, I get disbanded. Reprimanded, ass handed, then they vanish. Hip hop, nigga, I perfected every element with 4 finger rings on. Call me Captain Planet. Street shit done. These niggas scum, I don't appreciate none. Nigga thinking nigga stunt. Came from a village, bumping dealer in the slum, moving on another pillar. I'm the realest that they come. I don't need no squad. My rap clean like Pino on the beats like Ringo Starr. Blast on niggas like Beano bars, doing numbers in the bank like bingo cards. My respect level lower, next level flow us in the text. Bitch, your ex come and blow us. Old school niggas still dressed in below us in the jet, watching Plex while I flex on them niggas that's below us. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Now, in this particular show, we're going to be getting into Ebro, low-key Apple Music show where they be talking about hip-hop and different stuff like that. And basically, it's another case of another day, another bad J. Cole take, right? Now, I'm sure a lot of people out there, or at least some people out there, are wondering, J Nolan, why is it that you're responding to all of these different commentators or different media personalities or these different takes that are centered around J. Cole? If J. Cole is not your favorite artist, if J. Cole is not your GOAT, if J. Cole, you know what I'm saying, you're not Team Dreamville, why is it that you're going so hard to defend J. Cole? Well, the answer is simple. I feel like everybody kind of has this understanding, and it's not just a J. Cole thing. Sometimes these media narratives become commonplace, right? And everybody kind of just goes inside of an echo chamber and decides this is the nigga that we're going to take out. Or not necessarily take out, but we're going to, for the next 2 to 3 weeks, for the foreseeable future, this is the narrative that we're going to push. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? What however it affects that person or whatever it is, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Do I think people have completely lost love for J. Cole? I think some people have, not everybody. But I think that there is a popular narrative that J. Cole is some just disloyal, lying ass nigga. And I'm not really here to stand for that. And again, there's also been this campaign. Some people say that they haven't seen it. That's cool if you haven't. Of like trying to get J. Cole to fuck out the paint. Like he can't flex. He can't rap, you know what I'm saying, about himself or being dope no more. He's got restrictions on what he can and can't say via records. And I'm not with that. If you're in a profession, a creative profession where you are here to express yourself, there should be no limitations on how you express yourself. As long as you're not hurting nobody else, as long as you're not doing something that's imposing on somebody else's autonomy or, you know what I'm saying, anything of that nature, it's not abusive, it's not destructive, do you. But for whatever reason, J. Cole is being stripped of a bit of his creative license, at least from a public perspective, perception narrative. So for me, that's why I'm defending dude. You know what I'm saying? Is he perfect? No. Is anybody perfect? Absolutely not. So let's get into this clip from Ebro where he talks about his perspective of the situation with J. Cole's Port Antonio. And again, it's going to echo some of what you've already heard, but I don't care about other like YouTubers or people that are like, you know, independent media. If y'all have noticed, I don't cover a lot of independent media people that are like myself on my channel because I feel like we all do our own thing. It's not my place to try to go back and forth with people that are in, you know, the community. Whether I agree or disagree with them, that's different. But when it comes to like the Joe Buttons, the Rorys and Malls, the Ebros, the Waynos, These are people that actually work in the industry. They understand the weight of their opinions. They understand the weight of what it is that they say. We even have, Wayno coming out the other day. He called into the Rory and Mal show. He didn't necessarily backtrack his statement, but he did make some clarifications on his statement about the Dreamville guys talking shit about TDE and saying that they was garbage and all this different type of stuff. And he clarified some of what he had to say. Apparently, it was someone specific in that camp that said these things. And he said, well, whoever said it, they could come out and say it themselves. But maybe he could have communicated these things differently. But the problem is nobody ever hears the cleanup as much as the original offense, right? And I'm not saying that Wayno offended anybody, but when you make the original statement, there's shock value there. There's initial coverage, the media platforms, the Hip Hop DXs, all of these hip hop platforms are going to take that and plaster it. And when you go back and you clean it up or you revise your statement or you say something, maybe it wasn't as deep as I perceived it to be, you try to do the cleanup thing. Nobody circulates the cleanup as much as the dirt. So that's why I've tried to be as balanced as I can regarding this J. Cole situation, because I don't believe that he's done anything to the offense level that he should be, receiving the level of backlash that he is. But again, he is not my favorite rapper. He's not my GOAT. He's not somebody I necessarily even look up to as an MC. I've been compared to J. Cole since nigga came out, and I was rapping well before I ever knew who he was. But anyway, let's get into Ebro.
J. Cole at many times in his career has been self-reflective all the way back to Let Nas Down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where he's self-reflective and he takes the criticism from
always has his hat in his hand and always very, very apologetic.
Yeah, but he's being him, he's being pure, right? And so he puts out this record. Now, I love the record, but I have some discrepancies.
And what are those?
When he was like, I would have won the battle.
He lost me there.
Nah, bro.
He lost me
Blow
there.
the whistle. Flag on the play.
He lost me there.
We could have left that out.
He lost
Time
me
out.
I would have won. I would have lost a friend. I would have gained. It's like, bro.
There was other ways. There was other ways to say that, because I heard from some J. Cole fans who was basically like, nah, what he was trying to say was, friendship was more important to him than a battle and all that. If that's what you was trying to say
it.
You could have said that. You on purpose.
Yeah.
You said that in a way that would provoke individuals.
All of us.
To be like, nah.
Now, this part of the video, I don't really have a lot of critique for. Do I think he purposely said that for people to dissect it in the way that it's been dissected? No. But I understand that. I think that's a fair criticism to say, hey, you said I wouldn't have lost the battle, I would have lost the bro. There's another way that you could have said that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to go through the lyrical gymnastics to try to find a better phrase for J. Cole. But I do agree, from that perspective. Do I think there was anything wrong with the bar? No. But for people that do see something wrong with the bar, I do agree he could have said it differently and gotten that same point across, and perhaps it would have been perceived differently. But I do not think this song was taking shots at Kendrick Lamar. I've said it before. I'll say it again till my face is blue as the fucking lights in my background. But we're gonna let him continue.
Nah.
Redo the play.
You can't do that.
Redo the play. Shot clock violation.
Another discrepancy I have about some elements of the song is J. Cole tries to make it sound like it was us, the hip-hop fans, that propagated this beef and this conflict.
When in actuality,
we found out after the fact, bro.
Yeah, this
y'all put out first-person shooter. Nobody was even thinking there was a problem.
No one blinked.
Y'all knew when you put out first-person shooter
there was going to be a problem.
Because the guy that got asked to be on the record told y'all, either or he never got back to you. So clearly,
there was a problem.
There was a problem that y'all three knew about. and all of y'all crew.
And all they did was they involved us in the group chat.
Wait. Is that known at this point? Like,
Yes. This is common knowledge now.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
so
I knew that.
We didn't have. All we was doing was responding to y'all, and I was offended, Cole, as a fan of hip hop. Like look, because there's been many times that hip hop fans have propagated beef between rappers.
Yeah.
We were literally
just enjoying the moment.
No. We were in the dark.
No, I'm just saying we were enjoying the record.
Yes, First Person Shooter had been out how many months even before we heard Like That?
Yeah, not for a minute.
That wasn't like First Person Shooter and then Like That came out. That was months.
that
First
gap.
Person
Yeah,
Shooter
the gap
went
was
to #1.
Yeah,
we was like big as the Super Bowl. Yeah,
the video came out. We loved the video.
No,
everything.
motherfuckers, when Like That came out and we was like, oh shit, it's beef in the streets.
All right, so the latter part of that video is where I particularly have a little bit of an issue, and I won't say an issue, but I just totally disagree with the take from both Ebro and Low Key, right? So this to me is another case of what Punch was talking about the other day, saying that there needs to be some guidelines on how to interpret rap music, rap lyrics, critical thinking, right? So from Ebro's vantage point, he's saying that the part in Port Antonio where he talks about the fans and the people and everybody, him basically paying the algorithm bots to perpetuate a certain narrative, or all of that whole sequence talking about people getting paid off the clicks and the views and all of this different stuff. He's interpreting that as saying the fans are the ones that created the beef. I wouldn't even say the beef, or created the battle that set the stage for the battle between himself and Kendrick Lamar. Nowhere in that record does J. Cole say the fans are responsible for the battle. Nobody's saying that the fans are responsible for Kendrick Lamar's response on Like That to First Person Shooter. He didn't say that at all. J. Cole literally said that these people are putting out narratives, favorable memes, right? Putting out a certain message about J. Cole in particular, and they're getting paid by pushing false narratives. He used the word propagating, which I think was a pretty good choice of words, because people are pushing out propaganda. There's people out there pushing out propaganda against Kendrick Lamar. There's also people that dedicate the days of their lives to pushing out propaganda against Drake as well. You know what I'm saying? And Drake doesn't do a good job of protecting himself from propaganda because he just comes out looking like a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Like 2024, I don't think we've ever seen as many weird selfies as we've ever seen from Drake with the funny hairstyles and all of this type of stuff. So with all of the allegations that people have put on him and the stuff that Kendrick said in the battle and the way he's presented himself, I'm not saying that makes anything true. It just shows that nigga's weird. And when you start introducing weird, there's stuff on the table for that. But whatever. Propaganda is present against a lot of people. It's not just the artist in question in this video either. There's propaganda being pushed out against a lot of people. Right? So that is what J. Cole is honing in on. The academics and Maul from the Rory and Maul podcast in particular, I do believe he's talking specifically about them. It was just a few days prior to Port Antonio coming out that Maul was saying J. Cole chose a side. Drake ain't fucking with him. He's on the chopping block. They not homies, right? And this is Maul, who is associated with KD. J. Cole also associated with KD. KD close with Drake, at least to As far as we know, we don't know how close they are, but they make it seem as if they're close. You know, right at the heels of the battle, Drake and KD, as in Kevin Durant, they were seen, you know, hanging out in the backyard and all of this different shit, the pool, and I don't know how that adds any validity to your rap battle, but you know, again, weird. So, Maul, and then you have academics who basically every day he goes on stream and just finds any and everything that he can to like make it seem like Drake is top dog and he's the one pulling the strings. He's the puppet master of hip hop. If he don't fuck with you, he can make shit happen. He can make things slow up for you. All of these different things. He's allegedly cutting all these niggas off. You know, Drake goes on stage and talks about having niggas that switched sides on him and all of this type of stuff. And people are thinking that he's alluding to J. Cole, and that guy comes out and he gonna put his extra spice and, you know what I'm saying, put his beer battered fish in the goddamn skillet, throw that shit out there. So I think J. Cole was looking at those people in particular, and then I think he's also probably seen the algorithm on YouTube because he is J. Cole. So I would assume with him uploading J. Cole content and people around him and him probably showing it to people, he's seeing what other content creators are saying about him, smaller content creators that are going viral, super viral. If you've typed in anything related to Kendrick Lamar, Drake, or J. Cole in the past few days, I'm sure you've seen some very viral videos attacking his credibility, attacking his word, attacking his family, attacking all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? That are super viral. So I think that is the standpoint that he's coming from. Like, yo, people been out here talking crazy and they're doing it for the sake of financial gain. They really don't care about this shit. They really not hip hop fans like that. These are people that just, they see that there's a way to get into the conversation. There's a way to monetize off of having that conversation and just saying whatever, you know what I'm saying? And to me, I think that's problematic. And it's not just in terms of J. Cole, it's in terms of everything, right? An agent of chaos like Donald Trump has made it all the way to the fucking White House and is trying to get a second term. And he has absolutely no qualifications, but he's able to come out and just propagate false information in front of people. And people follow him and believe him. And I'm not calling all of these people Trumpian figures. I'm just using him as the extreme example. And then there's the trickle down effect. There's the right wing podcasters. There's the fucking red pill. There's the fucking the high value motherfuckers. There's so many different pockets, right, of people that really don't give a fuck about the ramifications of the statements they make on social media or in terms of YouTube and putting out podcasts. They don't give a fuck about none of this shit, man. At the end of the day, these people really didn't grow up with this shit. They didn't have, you know what I'm saying? They're casuals. And then they insert themselves into the conversation as if they're experts or like they know what the fuck is going on. And then they regurgitate what they heard from the other nigga and double down on it. So all of those things being relevant, that is why I'm seemingly on a crusade. People say that I'm caping for J. Cole. I'm not, but I am here to serve as a counter to the fuck shit. And if anybody doesn't like it, that's fine. I've told y'all from the jump, my content is not going to reach everybody's soul. It's not going to hit everybody in the heartstrings. That's fine. You ain't got to like me. There's a lot of motherfuckers out there that don't. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people come and go, and it's all good. It's all love to everybody that's really here, you know, to talk about inside the industry. The whole point of this show was to have somebody that knows how this shit goes, somebody that actually participates, somebody that actually has a bit of history. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a huge rapper. I'm not, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And you could go look my name up and see where that's taking me. But outside of that, I'm also a hip hop fan. I'm also somebody who used my fucking hard-earned money to buy albums, to buy fucking magazines to learn about this culture. You know what I'm saying? I was already a part of the culture, but to learn like the actual fabric of the culture, I was studying this shit to become a part of it. I didn't just wake up and decide, oh, there's a dollar to be made off of spreading bullshit. So I'm not saying that's what Ebro is. I don't want to discredit his history. A lot of people don't like Ebro, but I just don't like the narrative that he's pushing, and he's making it seem as if J. Cole is saying, you niggas are the reason why we even went to war. No, he's not saying that. He understands why they ended up at the crossroads they did. But now he's saying, all right, now that that's over, y'all have been dragging my name through the mud as if I'm the one who created this shit to begin with. These niggas been beefing the whole time. I tried to play peacemaker. He didn't want to be on the song, right? I'm wondering if Kendrick even heard the Muhammad Ali shit prior to the song coming out, or if he heard it with the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? By the time when they invited him to the record, I'm wondering if it was already like mostly done and there was open space for him to get on, and he was like, man, fuck that shit. And then decided, or I don't know how he took it, because it took a while before he responded. And then he shot through Cole to get to Drake. You know what I'm saying? And he said he'll crash out and diss Melly Mel if he had to. So he basically saying, I'll diss anybody in hip hop if it come down to it. Friend, forward, whatever. And I think a lot of people gravitate to that energy from Kendrick Lamar based on him taking that stance. But I don't think that we should discredit Cole just because he's not that person. So that's all I'm saying, man. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace!
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.